What's up guys? Today we will be going over expeditions and everything we know about them so far. Expeditions will be the main source of high-level PvE in New World that offer challenging boss fights, puzzles to solve, with special and unique rewards that range from armors, weapons, and resources, only found in expeditions, and I'll go over it all with you. If you like PvE in New World, this is where you'll be spending a lot of your time, and by the end of the video, you will know every detail that we have, allowing you to prepare and jump right into expeditions as soon as you can, so be sure to watch all the way through. So now, let's get into it and see what expeditions have to offer. Alright, so when you find your first expedition, there's a few things you will need before you even attempt to go inside. The first thing is a tuning orb, which is a newer addition to New World. These orbs will be required in order to gain access to expeditions, and only one party member is required to have a tuning orb. There's multiple types of tuning orbs, and the way that it's been worded in the past sounds like each expedition will have its own tuning orb, and in the video that they have about expeditions, you can see that it says Lazarus tuning orb. There's a weekly cap to crafted tuning orbs, with higher level tuning orbs having the lowest cap. You can craft tuning orbs using the stone masonry skill, and it will take various resources to craft them. The higher level tuning orb will require more resources to craft than the lower orb, and the high level orb will also require an additional ingredient, which is a rare drop from high level elite points of interest chests. And you also get a free tuning orb from any expedition related quest. So this is the first must-have for even entering an expedition. They don't give details on what will be required to craft these tuning orbs, but you best believe that's the first thing I will look at for when New World launches, because if you figure out which resources it requires to craft them, you can just hoard them to craft the orbs later to use, or maybe even sell. Because if they allow you to trade the tuning orb, it will be a very good moneymaker right off the bat. Before we continue, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I will be making more videos just like this. We recently blew past 200 subs, which is insane because just last week I hit 100, and I thank you all for the support. And now, let's get back into it. The next thing is group size. The minimum party size is 3, but can go up to a max of 5 players. It seems like the suggested way to assign group roles is 1 tank, 1 healer, and 1 2-3 DPS. There will be no group finder. You will need to find your group by talking to people and going to the location to partake. Nothing has been said on if they will make traveling to expeditions convenient or not, like adding fast travel points close by, or something like a summoning stone for the group to teleport a member there or not. Expeditions will have a pretty noticeable icon on the map, making it easy to tell it apart from the other locations. The third and final requirement to enter is the Azos staff, which is obtained through the main quest line, so you can't just speed level without questing to try to do expeditions. This could be changed on release, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, as some of the expeditions are locked behind additional quests that might be attached to the main story itself, and the ones we know for sure that do have a quest before entering are Dynasty Shipyard and Garden of Genesis. So once you have the tuning orb, with 3 or 5 players in a group and the required quests completed, you can enter expeditions starting at level 25, and there will be 6 expeditions at launch that vary in entry level and story, with the first expedition being Ambrine Excavation at level 25, located in the Ambrine Temple in Windsward. The second being Shattered Obelisk at level 35, located in Everfall. The third being The Depth at level 45, it is located in the Restless Shore. The fourth being Lazarus Instrumentality, which has not been given a level requirement, and it's located in Reekwater, which is an in-game zone at level 60. The fifth being Garden of Genesis at level 60, also located in Reekwater. The sixth is Dynasty Shipyard at level 60, located in Ebonscale Reach. So once you're in expeditions, you'll notice that it's instance content, which will help with things like desync while you're trying to do the mechanics of a boss or a puzzle. While inside, you can view the map to help you traverse the expedition, and there is a loot log which looks like it will show all the notable drops. Also, it looks like the items can drop with gems already inside the gem sockets as well, from the looks of this menu. There are exclusive drops to expeditions, and each boss will have their own selection of items they drop. While traveling through expeditions, be sure to look around, because there is resources specific to expeditions only, which are used to craft a replica of a non-named expedition-exclusive equipment. The resources can also be dropped by regular mobs and bosses. Every expedition so far only has 2 major bosses, so don't expect them to be hour-long adventures. It's probably going to be around 20 to 30 minutes for each expedition run. And since we're talking about bosses, the final boss of the expedition will be a guaranteed upgrade unless your gear is better than what the expeditions can drop. One thing that might spice it up though is that in an earlier patch, they stated that there will be varying AI, which might be saying that the AI in the expedition will be different each run, which could include things like a mini-boss along the way that might make things a little more interesting. Along with that, there will also be NPCs in expeditions that you can interact with and talk to. These expeditions can be friendly and maybe aid you, but they can also be your enemy. The next thing we have is puzzles. There will be puzzles in each expedition that you and your team will need to solve in order to progress further into the expedition. We've seen a few of the puzzles so far. The first is where you and a few other people in the group stand on some stone circles that activate a mechanism to extend a bridge that you can cross. The second is a circle of stone symbols on the floor that looks like they will need to be matched up with the symbols placed above a door in order to open it. In the Dungeon 101 video, they say that this is used to seal the doors, so you might be fighting waves of enemies that are trying to stop you from sealing them off, while trying to do the puzzle itself. It's really unclear at this point in time, but in a previous patch note, they said players can expect to solve different types of puzzles, which sounds like the types of puzzles in a expedition might rotate depending on day, week, or month. But that is just speculation. So now with the final one, it's this story. While doing expeditions, they will give you story details on every part of New World. So far, we know for sure that expeditions will include backstory on what Azoth is, the secrets of Eternum, and the truth of what happened to the ancients. That's just about all the information we have on expeditions. I'm sure they will release more info in the future going over more, and I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on it, so be sure to keep an eye out in the future. I'll talk to you all again soon, and as always guys, have a good one.